It's time for the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Now here's your host, Pat DiSabato.
Hello, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat DiSabato from the Southtown Star newspaper, and we are at the Beggar's Pizza location in Oak Forest, 157th and Cicero. Nice dining area. You got some outdoor patio action if you want to eat outdoors, enjoy pizza, full bar, a couple little party rooms if you're looking to have a baby shower or something along those lines, but it's all good. Great spot to have a pizza. Our guest this week, Oak Forest football coach Brian McDonough. Bengals are 2-0. Coach McDonough, not only one of the finest coaches in the area, he's even a better human being. Brian, 108-51. This is his 16th season. Hard to believe, 16th season at Oak Forest. Advanced the Bengals to 2 semifinals during his career. The Bengals are coming off a 28-7 victory Friday over Ridge Central, and they travel the big one Friday night at Bremen, 7 p.m. So the TP will be rocking. Anytime the Bengals visit, it's always rocking. So when we come back from this Beggar's Pizza timeout, we'll have Coach Brian McDonough, Oak Forest football on. Stay tuned.
For over 30 years, Beggar's Pizza has been delivering you great pizza your whole family will love. But don't forget, it's not only our award-winning thin, stuffed, and deep dish pizza. We have great pasta, salads, desserts, sandwiches, and more. Our meals are prepared with the finest ingredients available, making sure you go home happy every time. Whether it's your team's victory bash, a birthday party, or just a nice night out of the kitchen, enjoy a great Beggar's Pizza at home or dine in at one of our many Chicagoland locations.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our guest this week, Oak Forest football coach Brian McDonough. Brian, thanks for coming on board again,
buddy.
Thanks, Pat. Good to see you. Thanks for, we're on Labor Day here. Brian and I are laboring on Labor Day, right? That's dedication. All right, well, prior to you getting on here, we talked about your victory 28-7 over Ridge Central. Impressive victory, but a costly win in a way for you. Quarterback Tom Zale got knocked out of the game. Fullback Matt Berry knocked out of the game. What's their status for the big Friday night showdown at the Big TP against Bremen?
Well, Friday night was weird because it happened on the same play, too.
Really?
Same exact play happened. And a junior, Nick Sophia, came in at quarterback, and Ben, who is a senior, who's played in and out for us, stepped up. And the good thing about it is that we didn't have to change our play calls or anything. We ran our offense, and we came out and scored 3 times in the second half. We only scored once in the first half. And those guys really show what they do in practice.
Yep.
I mean, Nick was a starter at wide receiver. We brought him in. Ben has been rotating in. And when those guys go down and they step up, it's just, it was like, we're ready to go. This is what we do in practice. And they are both very talented athletes, which makes it better. Now, coming up this week, Tommy, I looked at that ankle today. It's all blue. He's going to the doctor tomorrow morning, and we'll get the final word. But right now, it looks like he's probably going to be out. Matt Berry will be back. So we got Berry back in the fold. So
that's the key. And I've seen that kid take some hits over the years, man, and he bounces right back up.
Right.
He's a tough kid. So good to have one of the two back for this game. And you talked about, Nick and Ben Santiago, they combined for 3 touchdowns in the second half, man. So these kids really some talented kids, huh?
Yeah, and Nick was a quarterback on the sophomore team last year, so he had the experience. And Ben, when he was a sophomore, was the fullback. So they knew what they were doing, and Ben had like a 70-yard run, and Nick had probably 2 or 3 real nice runs. One of them a counter cue for a long touchdown, and then a goal line play where he just ran through it and got through there and got it done.
Yeah, well, that's outstanding, man. So 2-0, based on the scores and what you've seen, special teams, defense, offense. Brian, what would you? How would you evaluate things so far?
I think we have a very nice team. What I mean by that is we got a really good defense. Offense, we have 4 returner starters at the skill positions, and a little young at the O-line, but they're working hard. And like I said, guys, Nick Sophia, and we've got Connor Rago at that wideouts. So you really can't stop us anywhere. Everybody's pretty talented. And I think that's going to be a key to our success in special teams. We got Blake Waller. He starts at safety for us. He's a kicker, and Corey Brent on defense, and Alec Brown is a 3-year starter at Mike linebacker. We're pretty McCann is starting a 2-year starter at defensive tackle, and then Powers and Livingston doing a real nice job. And
now you've got
Zach
like
Westwood,
five 3-year starters on this team, so you got a lot of experience. And as always, you have a lot of talent.
Right, we do have a ton of talent, and it makes it easy to coach. It really does.
Now, the Rago kid, is he a sophomore?
He's a sophomore.
Huh?
He's a sophomore. Barry's a junior. And we'll have some guys come back next year.
Yep.
And the core is seniors.
Okay. Just reload. So what do you think the strengths of this team are, and who has been the most pleasant surprise for you? Someone that you really didn't expect to step up. I would say those two kids probably what they did last week, but in particular, any specific kids really stepping up for you?
Big surprises. Well, we've had Mike Schoenfeld at tackle is just really playing well right now, and we didn't know. He played for us last year and he got in some, but he really stepped up to the plate. Having Tommy Zale, that's not a surprise. He started for us last year. He's doing a real nice job. And like Hollinger and Mr. Lowski, we knew what they were going to do. Not that they're surprising, but they're doing kind of what I expect them to do.
Yep.
Tim Rizzuti at linebacker didn't play much last year, and he just stepped up. And Alec broke his hand, and now he's playing with a big thing. But Rizzuti's doing a real nice job for us at backer. I guess that would be the big surprise.
So in terms of
Kyle Zakowski at cornerback. He played wide receiver for us last year, and quarterback when Tom got hurt last year. And we didn't know we'd have him, and he decided to play, and he's doing a great job at corner, as is Kurtz out there at the other corner. So they've been big surprises.
So a kid that went from wide receiver and changed him over to corner, he's doing a great job for you.
Outstanding.
That's awesome. When you look back at your career, and we were saying 60. I can't believe it's your 16th year. It's hard to believe, man. It's just time flies. Is there one thing that you say to yourself when you look back and you say, I wish I would have done this differently?
One thing, and it really doesn't deal with football, but about 5 years ago we started a Sunday study table.
Okay.
And, I really don't think it's a big deal, but it really brings the kids together. And, man, it wiped out our eligibility problems. And,
really?
Oh, yeah. And it made the kids work. The other thing is, just being more of we have a real family atmosphere at Oak Forest, and I wish I could do it more, but I've had some limitations physically and, the sleepovers and all that, and I'm trying to get back to that. And that's the other thing. Coaching strategy, you always second guess things, and, you should play a tougher schedule, a weaker schedule, you never know. My goal when I first started coaching is make it a good experience for the kids, and I think we do that at Oak Forest. I've got awesome kids to work with, and I think they enjoy themselves. I just remember when I was a third-year coach, I had a really good team, and we lost to a real tough TF South game, last game of the year. And I said, what can I do? Because our conference was really tough. We played in that Sickle Orange with Richards and all those guys. I said, what can I do? So one thing is I don't have to play like a perennial top 10 team first game every time. And, since that day, we've done okay. So.
Yep, absolutely. And I should mention, 16th year, so 15 years, 14 of those years above 500. 1 year, the Bengals finished below 500 under you, Brian. That was, I think, year 2, right? Wasn't that year 2?
I learned a lesson that year 2. Don't play everybody both ways, because then you got nobody coming back the next year. Your season's all going both ways, and you got nobody coming back. So now we go 2 platoon as much as we can.
Yep, okay. All right, folks, we're going to go to a Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. Go to lisathomassalon.com. All the good stuff about team club membership, all kinds of specials, a bunch of good stuff on there. We return more with Coach Brian McDonough from Oak Forest. Stay tuned.
What teen doesn't want to be in style with the latest trends? What teen doesn't want the hottest cuts at an affordable price? It's time to get noticed with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where girls get a cut and style for just $27 and guys get a cut and style for just $17. Get the right look for the right price at the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club. Your style, perfect style, only at Lisa Thomas Salon.
For For over 60 years, Standard Bank has been a part of your neighborhood, supporting sports and other activities, working with communities as they grow and thrive, helping businesses and families to reach their financial goals. In communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, your neighborhood is our neighborhood. We can help you reach your financial goals. To learn about products like Check Free, our super secure service that saves you time and money and makes it easy to pay your bills online, visit standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
If you're in the mood for some of the finest barbecue in the Southland, then Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights is the place for you and your family. Whether it's ribs, chicken, brisket, pulled pork, or any other barbecue favorites, Bona Pit serves up a flavor explosion in a championship form. We also offer steaks, seafood, sandwiches, a mouth-watering nachos platter, and salads in a casual atmosphere, with the option of either dining inside or on our heated patio. Watch the big game in our full-service bar, or call ahead for pickup. Bona Pit in Palos Heights. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. If you're just joining us, our guest, Oak Forest football coach Brian McDonough. We are at the Beggar's Pizza location, 157th and Cicero in Oak Forest. All right, Brian, we talked about before the break about 14 out of 15 years above 500. And when you took this program over, it wasn't like it was a juggernaut or anything like that. You know what I mean? And you've turned this thing into a perennial powerhouse. How have you been able to sustain this level of success?
Well, first off, it takes a ton of talent. There's so much talent here, it's kind of scary. Second thing is the kids really commit and they buy in. They work year-round. You know, we really push the 3 sports. Yep. If they're not in the sport, they're in the weight room. And the kids have been awesome about that. They come to summer camp. They come to practice every day and work their fannies off. They all have great attitudes. I've just been blessed with wonderful kids. And that and coaching staffs. I've got probably 4 or 5 guys that could be varsity head coaches, like I used to have. Coach Donegan was one. Yep. Jake Thormeyer is an outstanding coach, and anywhere else he'd be a head coach. He's helping me out a lot, and he's really, really good. Yep. And he runs the defense. I don't. You take care of your defense, and you know I'll take care of the offense here, and we'll be okay. And having those guys around so much really helps. And like I said, just awesome kids.
Yep. That's been a key, and you've been able to keep the majority of those kids coming Oak Forest and kind of cut the trail off to the private schools. You've done a great job at that, you know. Right. So that's been huge. And
we have a nice, like I said, experience. I mean, if you would have been at our 2 first games, stands are totally full, crowds going nuts, kids are getting a good experience. Yep. And you know, it's kind of nice for them to do that, and they don't have to travel far to do it. Right. They do it right here in their backyard where we can come watch them.
Yep. All right, now with that said, your non-conference competition, and we've talked about this before, are you looking at maybe upgrading this baby a little bit in week 1 or 2, or are you looking at staying with what you have?
Rich Central is, you know, to me, they've been winning seasons the last few years. They have a lot of talent. I mean, we were losing 7-6 at halftime, and they went on and won some games last year. Rich Central, you know, I don't know. We'll see if we continue that. The opener, we expected a much tougher game. Last year, that team lost in the playoffs to Rochelle, who lost 43-41 in the quarters. Yep. To Morse, and they played Libertyville tough last year. And we expected different. They got moved into the Illini Conference with Hubbard and Morgan Park and those guys. We thought it'd be a really good game. It wasn't what we expected. Yeah. We used to play Orr, who's a pretty good program at that level, but it's nice. I like to get that first one at home too. Yep. So it's hard to get a team that will commit to home all the time.
Exactly. But I think you've got the program up to a level where you call up Sandberg or Andrew, and you could slap those guys around a little bit nowadays. That the way you have built this program up.
Yeah, but then we got to go into our conference, which
is tough.
I mean, last year we had 48 playoff points because our conference is so tough. And we're just talking Tinley winning those games. Tinley's got a real nice team.
Real nice team.
Lamont is tough every year. TF South, a perennial powerhouse. I mean, those are 3 really, really good games, not to mention Bremen. Yep. Okay, TF North is, you know, here and there. But that is a tough schedule. You know, and Hillcrest, I think they're going to come back and be okay the next couple of years.
Yeah, so. Okay. You lost to Bremen for the first time, and I don't know how many years. I'm sure you do know. Was it the turn of the century? I don't think they.
The last time was we haven't lost since 2000. I know that.
2000. Okay, so it was a long time. Does this game Friday have a little bit more significance for the Bengals, or what?
It's always our biggest rival. The kids are all jacked up. They play with those guys in Park District ball. Yep. And just the rivalry between the schools and the district. You know, Midlothian is divided between Oak Forest and Bremen kids. we are really excited. And they're an undefeated team that looks pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
and I know that Tinley Park game, that's later on during the season, they beat you for the first time in like 16 years last year. So there's a couple, the Bengals have a couple dates circled on the old calendar. Just so happens to be a district situation too, so that makes it even more exciting. When you look at your lower levels, Brian, do you think the Bengals, can you continue to, rack up these 8-win seasons, regular seasons? Can you continue this or what?
Looking at our freshmen and sophomores, a freshman lost a tough one to Rich Central, who's always loaded on the freshmen.
Yep.
They beat Richards 22-0 a week before, so I'm
Which is very impressive.
Really impressed with the freshmen. The coaches are doing an awesome job. Our sophomores are 2-0, and again, they beat a really, really tough Rich Central team that beat them last year, and we were conference champs last year. But Rich Central beat them, and they beat them Friday night. And we have Connor Rago up in the varsity.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good. I think the next few years are going to be real good at Oak Forest.
No tag days for the Bengals yet.
No.
No tag days. All right, and with that said, I mean, Oak Forest has, I'd say, dozens of kids playing college ball at various levels of college ball. The big one, this past weekend, Tevin Coleman, a freshman who was the Southtown Star Player of the Year last year, got significant playing time in Indiana, which was great to see. I think he had 48 yards and 7 carries. You got Alex Hansen starting at Air Force Academy as a freshman. Mike Johns is over at Miami of Ohio. They played Ohio State. And these guys are all getting significant playing time, young guys. So were you surprised at all seeing the success of these kids, especially, Hansen as a freshman and Tevin as a freshman?
Yeah, I thought, Tevin, as you know, he's the most talented kid I've ever coached. That surprises me a little bit, just because I thought maybe they'd give me a year to get ready. He is going to be a player there. There's no doubt about it. Alex, probably the most dedicated athlete I have ever been around. In the classroom, on the football field. And, he didn't want to play college football when he was a junior.
Yeah.
And then about the second game his senior year, he said, "Coach, you know what, I kind of want to play." And if you know the kid, he's only going to a fine academic institution. And Air Force for him was a perfect fit. And talking to their coaches, they were excited to get him. And he got out there, and the kid is just amazing.
Right.
He's just such a hardworking, true role model for Oak Forest community. He's a straight-A student. He plays multiple sports. He's nice to every kid he ever meets. As Tevin, they were never too big for people at Oak Forest.
Yep.
I don't care if you're the worst kid on the team or the best. They always treat you with respect. Awesome kids.
Yep.
Mike Johns was probably, he's the winningest kid to ever play at Oak Forest. His sophomore year, he started for us. We went to the quarterfinals. His junior year, he started for us. We went to the semifinals. His senior year, he started for us both ways, and we went to the semifinals. Yep.
He is... he's a winner.
Yes, and then the other guy is John Wolf, is the starting quarterback down at Minnesota State now, and when he was here, I think he led us to 2-8-1 seasons. So.
Yep, tremendous athlete too.
And Parker Carroll's the captain down there at Illinois Wesleyan. And I got Chad and Cody Sperryberry playing with Anthony Martinez down at St. Joe's. I think Cody's been starting there ever since his freshman year. And Chad's been playing a lot and then starting now since he transferred over from Western.
Okay, good. All right, Brian, I appreciate you coming on board again, buddy. All right? Good luck the rest of the season. Folks, get out those cell phones. The Vital Need text poll question of the week, sponsored by Standard Bank. Chance to win $50. Answer the question correctly, okay? We'll come back, and we'll have that and a lot more stuff for you. Stay tuned.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
Are you interested in bringing the most effective form of advertising to your small business? Introducing A Vital Need Marketing, bringing your business text marketing. Your business, your offers can be in front of your customers at a moment's notice. The most powerful way to communicate with your customers is text messaging.
To discuss this new, affordable way to reach your customers, call 630-205-7351 or go to avitalneed.com.
Looking for a lunch you won't soon forget? Check out the new Beggar's Lunch Buffet. Of course you'll find the great thin crust, stuffed crust, and deep dish Beggar's pizza you love, but our buffet goes even further. We have soups, salads, Italian beef, Italian sausage, pasta, and chicken. And don't forget about Beggar's famous cookie pizza for dessert. For only $7.95, it's an incredible deal. From 11 until 2, Monday through Friday, this is a can't-miss lunch that has something for everyone. So get to a Beggar's near you today.
Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. How about that pizza right there? A little taco pizza, throwing you guys a little change up. A little taco pizza from Beggar's Pizza. We got some sliders over here. It's all good. All right, Vital Need Text Poll Question of the Week, sponsored by Standard Bank. Which quarterback will record the most total yards Friday night? Okay, most total yards, rushing and passing combined. Text A for Richards, Tommy Mister. Text B for Evergreen Park's Brandon White. They're going at it. Big game Friday night right there. Richards at Evergreen Park. Now text Beto to 69302. Wait for the response and send in your answer, A or B. Texter number 4 with the correct response wins a $50 gift card from Standard Bank. Go to coachescornershow.com if you need any other information on that. All right, let's get to some results. Marist 49, Brother Rice 35. Game I was at. Folks, called it on the head. That was my prediction, 49-35. For Marist, Ian Woodward, 21 of 36, 192 yards, couple TD passes. Peter Andriotti, 20 carries, 204 yards, 2 TDs. Cody Bohannon had a big day, block, punt, and an interception for the Redhawks. For Rice, Matt Page, 27 of 56, 397 yards. Chris Rozelle, 86-yard TD reception for the Crusaders. It was 42-7, 42-14 at one point, and Marist cleared the benches, and Rice made a little comeback in the fourth quarter. All right, Oak Forest 28, Rich Central 7. For the Olympians, Jeremiah Mitchell 8 of 25, 175 yards and a touchdown. Arthur Sutton had 38-yard TD reception for the Olympians. For Oak Forest, Tommy Zale, before he got dinged, 11 carries, 128 yards. Not too bad of a day at the office. Nick Sophia, 4 and 9-yard TD runs, and Ben Santiago with an 8-yard TD run for the Bengals, who visit Bremen Friday night. HF 35, Stevenson 27. You know, not too many things I like more than seeing one of our teams knock off a cake eater from the north suburbs. HF did it. Taj Smith, 24 carries, 154 yards, 2 TDs. Ron Johnson, 9 of 16, 180 yards, 3 TDs. Patrick Sheehan, a 45-yard TD reception for the Vikings, who are 2-0. Andrew 35, Eisenhower 7. Mercy, my alma mater, struggling. Deion Parker, 26-yard TD run. A lone bright spot for the Cardinals. For Andrew, Jacob Platt, 9 of 12, 158 yards, 2 scores. Jarvian Franklin, 8 carries, 112 yards, 2 TDs. Kevin Walsh, 2 interceptions for Andrew. Lincoln Way East 20, Montini 14. The Griffins upgrading their schedule big time those first 2 weeks. Come away with 2 very impressive wins. For East, Tommy Fiesel, 8 of 13, 81 yards. Added 108 yards rushing and a touchdown. Nick Colangelo, 20 carries, 66 yards for East. Sandburg 54, Stag 7. Not pretty. For Stag, Steve Kubiak hit Vito Cali on a 26-yard TD pass. A lot of Italians in this scoreboard thing, isn't it, Gerard? A lot of Paisans. For Sandburg, Lamont Booker, 6 carries, 101 yards, 3 TDs. Jimmy Hill had touchdown runs of 3 and 19 yards. And Jonathan Milazzo, 32 and 46-yard field goals. Tilly Park 35, Rich East 14. Very impressive victory by the Titans. Ronaldo Labampa, 13 and 61-yard TD receptions. Preston Thompson, 24 carries, 132 yards, and a TD for the Titans. For East, Malcolm Miller, 14 carries, 76 yards. Jawan Ward had a 9-yard TD run for East, which falls to 1-1. The Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. We're going to give it to Marist running back Peter Andriotti. 20 carries, 204 yards, 2 TDs to help Marist to a 49-35 win over Brother Rice. Hook Peter up with a nice $25 gift card from Labriola Bakery Cafe in Oakbrook. The Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. Lincoln Way North Volleyball Player Lauren Peter Soli. 11 digs, 5 kills, led the Phoenix, passed home with Flossmoor. So a nice gift basket from Lisa Thomas Salon. All kinds of goodies in that. And the Bona Pit Grill and Char House Coach of the Week. Got to give it to Marist Pat Dunn. Beat Brother Rice for the first time as head coach, and that was after a week of beating St. Rita. So they knocked off 2 Catholic League Blue teams in 2 weeks. Mighty, mighty impressive. So we're going to hook up Pat Dunn with a $25 gift card from Bona Pit Grill and Char House, 122nd and Harlem in lovely Palos Heights. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. One of these slices of pizza could be missing by the time we get back. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oakbrook Promenade.
What teen doesn't want to be in style with the latest trends? What teen doesn't want the hottest cuts at an affordable price? It's time to get noticed with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where girls get a cut and style for just $27 and guys get a cut and style for just $17. Get the right look for the right price at the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club. Your style, perfect style. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon.
Since 1970, Standard Bank & Trust has been a landmark at the corner of 95th and Western. Now there's a new, state-of-the-art Standard Bank at the same convenient location and better equipped to serve your needs. So stop by and meet our friendly, professional staff. They provide personalized service and a wide range of products to help both businesses and individuals reach their financial goals. In the Evergreen Park area and in communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, we're your neighborhood bank. Learn more at standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. We go to a little break. I turn my head, and the Polish Prince, Gerard Grabowski, grabs a slice, so I'd have a slice of the taco pizza as well. So, all right, folks, high and tight. You know, back in the day, there was an intimidation factor when teams traveled to Thornton on a Saturday afternoon. You know, Thornton's one of the few teams from the area that still plays on a Saturday, but, you know, it's a great experience out there. I love the marching band at Thornton. A rendition of the national anthem like no other. It is awesome. But that intimidation factor the last few years has pretty much gone. Case in point, Saturday. Naperville North comes on down Saturday afternoon and spanks the Wildcats 34-20. It was 34-6 at one point. And this is a good Thornton team, a team we had ranked in the top 10 who now is they're dropped out of there. But somehow Thornton's got to get that swagger back on a Saturday afternoon, that intimidation factor. And if they can do that, the remaining 7 games, they got a shot at still winning the Southwest Suburban Red. If not, the way Andrew's playing, and Jacob Platt in particular, and Jarvian Franklin are playing, I mean, this is a team, and Dennis Villamick over at Andrew, I'd have to say Andrew could be the team to beat in the red. So we'll see what happens, how this thing all plays out. Folks, a lot of great games to head to this week. Mentioned Oak Forest at Bremen. Go to Evergreen Park. Richards will be coming in there. They got tanked 33-0 last year. They're looking for a little payback. All right, folks, have a great week. See you next week.